something, I think it's probably telling us something about the activity, So,
Exactly.
yeah. So, what kind of wisdom can you share with these young women, these college women, about being a young mother, that type of thing? Because most of them, I think, are looking forward to becoming a mother and raising kids. Do you have any thoughts on that, as far as college women's knowledge of maybe the upcoming motherhood stage of their life?
So being a mother is the hardest thing I've ever done. Um, but it's also the most rewarding thing. And I think it challenges you in ways that you're not used to, like just having to be selfless and realizing that, okay, my life's not just about me. I have these little people to pour into. But like I said, I would not trade it for the world. And at first, honestly, I didn't want to have children at first. I was like, I've been the oldest of 8 kids for a long time. I'm not interested. Thank you. But then I started having kids and I was like, oh my goodness, I probably could have like 5 or 6 kids. So it's been a blessing. But also it is a big responsibility. And so that's one of the reasons why I think abstaining or waiting till you meet somebody that you want to build a life with, because it's not always an easy road. So you want somebody that you can lean on and support you in that. But also, if you're a single mother, you can do it. You have, it's important to find people that support you. It's hard to do it alone. Like
Yeah.
alone, it's easy to become discouraged. But when you have people in your life that can speak wisdom into you and just encouragement, it's been awesome.
Yeah. Well, it is very fulfilling, isn't it? I mean,
It is.
before you have children, you're kind of on one level, of life,
Right.
and when you have children, you start realizing, oh, there's all these other important things to do. And I don't know. I think with me, it was a maturing process, because I didn't, like I think you said earlier, I didn't. I didn't.
Wow. Yes.
I saw things differently.
There's one of them.
Speaking of kids, probably.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah, not actually, that was perfect timing. So, again, despite what's happened with you, my observation is, again, I remember you as a strong young woman, in class, and a woman of character, and someone who, when you said something, you meant it. You could be dependent on, and so I see all those characteristics still with you, even more so, and you've matured through these things. And again, I think you maybe observed you. Maybe stated it earlier, but I think if you wouldn't have had those traits, and if you wouldn't have had a strong family around you, it would have been much more devastating than it was what you've gone through. Would you agree?
For sure. For sure.
So it's probably, I mean, you were that way probably most of your life, because did you say you're the oldest of eight?
Yes.
So you were mothering before you probably
Right.
even got out of the house. But you had probably a lot of maturity at the college level that a lot of college women don't have. So any advice to them, any further along the line of, if they're not, the oldest of eight, what kind of things they could do during college that would maybe make their journey more successful? Like again, I see the hard things you've gone through, but I see that you've successfully navigated them, probably almost without missing a beat. So any other words of advice to college women?
I would say find somebody or seek somebody out who you admire or whose life you admire and you want to be like, and just get time with them. Ask them to spend time with you and to pour into you. I think that is so important. It doesn't have to be, a relative or a parent or, you know, anything like that, but somebody that, okay, you look at them and you say, you know what, I admire them. Um, their life is somebody that, I could see myself, I want to imitate what they're doing.
Mhm.
And I think if you find somebody like that, um, almost like a mentor or somebody to, well, I went through a program called Downline, someone to disciple you. I think that is huge. Just somebody that when you have, maybe you feel like you can't go to your parents with certain things, but you have somebody that you trust and who, their life is going in a direction you'd like to see your life going in. Find somebody like that, or, find like minded people on campus,
Mhm.
even just so when you have those moments of where, gosh, it could go either way. You can call them and say, hey, I'm thinking about this, or what do you think about this? And you can run things by and you trust their judgment.
Yeah, I think that's really good advice because at that age, from 18 to 22, we have everybody has a tendency to think of, that age group as being adults, so they can take care of
Right.
themselves. But really, there's still a lot of maturing, I think, to do, and a lot of having probably even like an older mentor, at least older than 22, maybe might be the way to go. And like you said, is people with a little more life experience and maybe more grounded, maybe not part of the social scene, they're at the college would probably be the best candidates. So
For
yeah, it's
sure.